Greetings, true believers! Deadpool and Wolverine is here, and Hugh Jackman is back in the iconic role that made him a favorite among nerds throughout the multiverse. And this time, he's wearing his iconic yellow and blue costume.
What'd you expect? Black leather?
He's the best there is at what he does, bub, but he's not the only one. In fact, there are 9 completely different Wolverine variants appearing throughout the movie, and we're here to count them all down and tell you everything you need to know about their comic book origin and backstory. Needless to say, spoilers ahead. Prime Logan, the first variant, is the primary Wolverine from the Fox movies, who received a dignified send-off in 2017's Logan. Deadpool's treatment of this variant, however, is anything but dignified, as he literally digs up Wolverine's grave and wields Logan's bones as weapons, slaying foes in a gruesome fight. At one point, Deadpool even uses Logan's arms as a pair of nunchucks. Now this might be just a bit of sacrilegious comedy, or it might be a nod to the 2003 comic Wolverine Volume 3, number 48 by Humberto Ramos and Carlos Cuevas, in which supervillain Nitro self-detonates and burns Wolverine down to just his adamantium skeleton. The worst Wolverine. This is the main Wolverine we follow along throughout the story. He has no comic book counterpart. The closest we could find was the Wolverine from Wolverine, Enemy of the State. However, in that story arc, Logan is the one directly responsible for killing his fellow X-Men while brainwashed. So there's only a very scant connection between that Wolverine and the worst Wolverine from Deadpool 3. Old Man Logan. Next we meet Grizzled Old Man Logan, a variant ripped straight from the pages of the eponymous comic from 2008, written by Mark Miller, creator of Kick-Ass and Kingsman. Old Man Logan hails from Earth 807128, a reality in which all of Marvel's supervillains united and killed most of the superheroes, leaving a devastated wasteland in place of the old Earth. It's a world where dinosaurs roam freely and the Mole Man's minions have sunk entire cities into the ground. It's a post-apocalyptic western, with Logan being more akin to Clint Eastwood than the X-Man we know and love. The movie Logan is very loosely based on this comic. Short King. Comic book elitists have been bemoaning Hugh Jackman's height for decades. You see, in the comics, Wolverine is only 5'3" and would be dwarfed by Jackman, who stands at 6'2". So Deadpool found a way to shut us all up by giving us a glimpse of what a pint-sized Logan would look like. The Short King, while comic accurate, still gets dismissed by Deadpool precisely because of his height. So that's a nice little FU to us comic book nerds who have been whining about Hugh Jackman's height since 2000. Patch. Inside something that looks like a mob-run casino, Deadpool comes across a white suit wearing and eye patch sporting Wolverine, whom he refers to as Patch. This is a nod to Logan's undercover persona from the comics, where he infiltrates the criminal underworld of the island nation of Madripoor to keep up the appearance that all mutants were dead after the Fall of the Mutants storyline. As his comic book counterpart, this Logan exudes a James Bond-esque charm, blending high-stakes gambling with his signature grit. It's a brief yet stylish throwback to Wolverine's 1988 solo series. Fun fact, this Logan also crosses paths with Hulk's alter ego, Joe Fixit, who works as an enforcer for the Mafia. Weapon Omega. This is by far the fiercest variant in the MCU multiverse we encounter throughout the film. This one-handed, wild-haired Wolverine, aka Weapon X, lurks in the shadows of a dystopian alley, reflecting the brutal world ravaged by Apocalypse. Taken straight from the pages of the 1995 crossover event Age of Apocalypse, this Wolverine is a rage-fueled force of nature. He sports a black suit with red accents and a metal stub, having lost his left hand in a fight against Cyclops after disobeying orders to not attempt and save Jean Grey from Mr. Sinister's laboratory. True to his comic book counterpart, this Wolverine lashes out at Deadpool, immediately bombarding him with a barrage of punches, stabs, and slashes. Crucified Wolverine. This time Deadpool stumbles upon a grim scene. Wolverine crucified on a giant X-shaped St. Andrew's cross atop a pile of bloody skulls. This harrowing image is a direct reference to Mark Silvestri's iconic 1989 cover for Uncanny X-Men issue 251. In the comic, Logan endures brutal torture at the hands of the Reavers, haunted by feverish hallucinations. Fans will recognize the Reavers as the evil henchmen from Logan, who were tasked by Xander Rice to retrieve Laura and her mutant friends. Deadpool even takes it a step further, as Wolverine is actually nailed to the cross, whereas in the comic he is merely chained to it. John Byrne's brown and gold suit. This variant of Logan steps out of the shadows in his classic brown and gold costume, paying homage to John Byrne's legendary 1980s design. Deadpool encounters him in a snowy wilderness just before his introductory showdown against the Hulk. This gives them a chance to brilliantly recreate Todd McFarlane's iconic cover for Incredible Hulk issue 340. Cavalry. Finally, fans get a taste of their dream casting as Henry Cavill makes a shocking cameo as a Wolverine variant dubbed the Cavalrine by Deadpool himself. After years of fan speculation, Cavill steps into Logan's boots, if only for a brief cameo. This variant oozes cool as he's chomping down on a smoky cigar while his bulging biceps rev a powerful bike. This harkens back to many Wolverine stories, but especially the cover of Uncanny X-Men 453. It also creates an interesting parallel to the previous Marvel movie in which Reynolds and Jackman co-starred, the infamous X-Men Origins Wolverine, often parodied by both Deadpool and Reynolds himself. There you have it, all 9 Wolverine variants and their respective comic book origins. Did you enjoy the rundown? Did we miss anything? Sound off in the comments below. And until next time, don't forget to stay nerdy.